Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I started this YouTube channel because I genuinely want to talk about things, and I feel like YouTube is the best platform where I can make my voice heard about the things that I care about and about the things I've learned and things that I don't want to see other people going through, that I went through and I learned from. I'm 22 years old. For me it feels like every human being, no matter how much amount of time they've lived, they have learned so much and they've all had completely different experiences. So I'm just here to share what I've learned with my experiences, help me be confident, what has helped me pursue what I love, what has helped me have clarity in my head, and what has helped me maintain relations and friendships and cut off people when needed. Now let's start. 22 things I've learned in 22 years of my life. Number 1. Think other people are judging you. It's actually you're judging yourself. This is something that as a content creator, right, like, you know, I do Instagram and now I do YouTube. There was a time where I was like very hesitant to post anything on my Instagram or anywhere because I genuinely felt like shit, yahan pe to matlab people who know me follow me, people from school follow me, like what are they gonna think, like she's like, she thinks of herself this or that. And you know, I had like 1,000 followers on Instagram and I love taking pictures, right, and I love fashion and I really wanted to post about it, but every time there were people who made comments. Like I remember a girl that I knew once touched my face and she said, oh my god, on Instagram your skin looks so flawless but in real life your skin's so bad. And you know, these kind of comments really made me, and a lot of people told me like, oh, you don't even look like your Instagram and stuff like that. And honestly, back then the 17-18-year-old Muskan would get like, oh no, I don't want to do social media, oh, I don't want to be put in the public eye. I realized, you know, all the time I'm thinking like, oh, these people are judging me, but I don't know if they're really judging me, except the people who comment. But like, you know, I don't really know if they're really judging me because I'm not living in their head. Like I don't know what they're thinking. And even if they tell me that, you know, your skin's like that, this and that, I have eyes, I have a nose, I have ears, and I have a mouth. I can see, I can talk, I can smell, I can hear. I have all my senses working. So I have the equal capability to judge as they do. So if my, like, you know, something that they're saying was true, I would have seen it, but I didn't. So who was really judging me? Was it them? Or was it just me, myself, sitting in my head, giving it names of n number of people, but it was me judging myself? So that's what I realized, and that's when I became super confident in myself, because I was like, yo, it's just me judging myself and I can simply just stop doing that because, you know, why should I judge myself? This is who I am. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm like, have the sense of right and wrong, and that sense only and only improves if you keep making mistakes and if you keep, you know, living and doing without overthinking everything. Only then you're going to learn more right, like what is more right and what is more wrong based on how your instincts feel. The second point, self-love is the most misunderstood concept of our generation. This is something that I've recently come to like think about very often. So I will tell you a little like experience I had with the person in my life. She was like a friend of mine and she would constantly make plans with me, okay, like let's go here, let's go there. And you know, I am a person, like I have very few friends because, you know, of my experiences in life. I realized that it's much better, that we'll talk about that later. But anyways, this girl used to always make plans with me and I would always be like, okay, yeah, let's go, get ready and, you know, wait for her, and then at the last moment she would not pick up my call and she would cancel. And I would get really annoyed, but at the same time I would think like, why does she always do this? Because she would constantly do it. Like it didn't happen one, two, it probably happened like 20-30 times, okay? So I confronted this girl and I asked her like, why do you keep cancelling? Don't make plans if you just want to cancel them. Because at that point of time I genuinely cared about her. I did not think like, oh, she has some ulterior motives or she hates me or anything, because she called herself my friend, right? And I asked her and she's like, For me, I come first, and it's like I love myself, and whatever, like I prioritize myself in everything, and I wasn't feeling it, so I didn't come. And later on, I found out that she told another friend of mine that, oh, I just like really don't like Muskan, and I just don't want to hang out with her, and that's why I keep cancelling on her. But the truth was that she was just insecure, because obviously she also said to my friend that when I started a YouTube channel, because she does YouTube too, she was like, oh my god, now Muskan already has Instagram, now she's also gonna do YouTube, like she's also gonna take YouTube from me. And I was like, very immature mindset obviously, but let's not go into that. That's just what their personality is. That's not the point. This person is not the point. The point is that the concept of self-love this person had, I thought about it so much. I was like, do I lack self-love for myself? But that's not true, because I've never in my life been insecure of another person. Because if I didn't love myself enough, I would have compared myself to others constantly, but I never do that, and never did that, because my parents literally always told me, like, the only comparison you ever can do is with your own self. And I genuinely grew up with that mindset, so I never ever did that. So I'm pretty content with myself. So maybe I'm being very subjective, but I realized this same pattern that this girl had in so many people, you won't believe it. Like, so many people, like these people that I kept on like seeing in our generation would be like, I put myself first, self-love. But you know what their concept of self-love is? It's glorifying being selfish. This is me, this is everybody else, and as long as I'm here, and if anyone even comes like here, I'm gonna do this, okay? Because I have to keep myself here to make myself happy. Me. What is this me called? मैं, जो मतलब आप गीता में या किसी भी book में पढ़ोगे, it is always referred to as ego. This is not self-love, this is ego. And this person is constantly in their head trying to be here, and when they feel like they're here, they want to wish bad on this person, they want to do something bad to this person, or they simply cannot stand this person and they want to cut them off, and they'll say negative things about it. They'll try to lower their self-confidence, they'll try to say shit to this person, they'll try to make this person feel bad about themselves in every occasion they get. And I'm sure you had toxic friends like that. I have had so many. To make themselves feel here, to increase their self-esteem, they need to show nicha to others. They need to bring the other person down. And these are the kind of people who don't understand self-love. This is not self-love, because these people hate themselves way more. And I think they even know that. These people hate themselves because they are constantly in the need of this certain kind of validation that only comes from harming the people who genuinely care about them, just because they think they are better than them. And this whole notion of them thinking that somebody else is better than them is also hurting only them, not the person in the front. You get it? So, but I'll explain to you what I think self-love truly is. I think self-love is becoming a better version of yourself, but not at the cost of anyone else, or hurting or harming anyone. Self-love is like, becoming a good and a better person, so that in the surrounding where you are, in the place that you are, the people around you or your surroundings are always benefiting from you being there. When you enter a room, your aura is so positive that everywhere you go, you make everyone laugh, you make everyone smile, you never bring sadness or like negativity in anyone's life. If you truly love yourself, you work on yourself to be that version of yourself that can only I'm not saying that you have to be happy all the time, no, but I'm saying that you will be a kinder, nicer and a purer like soul. You will work on your soul and not on what's here, but what's in here. That's self-love. Let's move to the third point. True happiness lies in acts of kindness. This is something I strongly believe since I was in 8th grade, because back then I had sort of like an existential, I can't speak, crisis sort of situation where I was like, मुझे समझ नहीं आता that why am I born, what's my purpose. I had this thing in 8th grade, or even before, like 7th grade I would say, and I was constantly thinking that, I would want to buy something, I'd be like, this will make me happy. I would buy it and then I would not be happy, like for a day or two, yeah, but after that I would look at it and be like, this doesn't really make me happy, and I would think like, I'll go out and I'll be happy, I'll go out with my friends, I'll be happy. I would go out, then I'd come back home and I'll not, like, that happiness would not linger forever. It was temporary happiness. Then I started thinking, like, what makes me happy? That's when I started like doing little things for other people. Like, I would like make my mom a drawing, or write a poem for my dad, or I would like do something for my little brother or for my nanny. Like, I would get her a gift, like from the little money that I save, like a really cheap thing, but the gesture matters. Then when I grew a bit more, I was intelligent, like I was good in academics, so I started telling the children of my maid that if you like studying, if you want any help, come to me, I will teach you. So I started teaching children of my like domestic helps and children of people like who their construction site in India. It's like, you live wherever you live, if there is like construction going on around you, or if there is any like sort of like a rural like sort of area, there will be a lot of slums there. So there are always kids playing, and I remember back in 12th grade there was a little slum near my house. I used to go there to donate clothes and like groceries and stuff, and I talked to a lady there, and she told me that she has 4 daughters. Her husband left her. She works hard every day. She does labor work, and she sends 3 of her daughters to school, and for one she's still collecting money. And that really touched me, and so I started teaching these children, right? And every time I would like have time, I would like go out with my nanny to donate clothes and to sit with these people, like to have like a cup of tea or just speak to them and learn about their life. That's where I learned 2 really important things. Number 1, when you do something good for not yourself but somebody else, that makes you so happy from within, and that happiness, even today, even right now when I think about it, sort of brings like tears of joy in my eye, because it makes me so happy that I was blessed enough to have the opportunity to do something good at some point of my life. And I really hope that in the future I become someone who has sorry, I get emotional when I talk really passionate things about. I become someone who has the opportunity to do good for other people, because that's what truly makes me happy. And I believe really strongly that's where true happiness comes from. Service for others. Your life is not about yourself. I think your life is about the people around you, and there's so many people who could use the knowledge you have, the privileges you have. If you're privileged like I am, it is really up in your hands to go and help so many people who are not as privileged as you. I really preach that. So that's what made me truly happy. The second thing I really learned, it taught me gratitude at a very young age. Everything that I had, whether it be money, whether it be literally clean set of clothes, I have been so grateful for everything, and gratitude really sprouts happiness out of it. And I think that is even psychologically and scientifically proven. Number 4, money is extremely important to understand why money can't buy happiness. It's a sort of like a funny thing to say, but it's really true. You don't have something, you always think this thing will make you happy. So for example, for me, I really like makeup, right? So there's this certain super expensive makeup product, like 10 years back, that I saw about on YouTube. I'm like, if I was able to just buy this, I would be so happy. Like, oh my god, every time I put it on my face, I'd be so happy. And then 10 years down the line, I bought it, and now it's just sitting there, and I look for alternatives for it now. So, but you need to have a lot of money that you run out of things to spend it on to realize that money cannot make you happy. Otherwise, you'll think money will buy happiness, but it can't. And you need a lot of money for that. And I think I need more money to realize that still, because I still feel like something's like retail therapy. But I do believe that when I have a lot of money, I will realize that this is not happiness. I mean, I think I've partially se zyada realized that now, because I spend a lot of, I mean, we'll talk about that later why, but yeah. Number 5. Any relationship is only successful if the other person is willing to understand you the way you're willing to understand them. Now, this might be a very simple thing that you think like everybody knows, but let me tell you one thing. It took me the longest time, and I have been in relationships that were emotionally abusive. I'm not talking about boyfriend-girlfriend relationships, I'm talking about friendships, I'm talking about just any relation in your life, you know. I've been in them where I was giving my 100% into those things and not getting anything in return. And I wasn't even realizing it. And this is a very important point. When, as a person, me, I'm always thinking, the samne wala person, like, I'll tell you one other story. A friend of mine, on her birthday, she was not in a very great mood or whatever, I don't know, and I went out of my way for her birthday. I always like found myself going out of my way. I don't do that anymore, other than people who I really consider family, which are very few people. But back then I used to be like that with every single one of my friends, but now I'm only friends with those people that I feel that way towards. But back then, I did consider this girl like my best friend. I care about her so much, and she told me like she doesn't like her birthday, so I really want to do something super special for her, right? So I bought like a cake, and she wanted something specific that was a bit expensive. I saved money, I worked part-time, I bought her that. So many things like to make it special for her, because I wanted her to be so happy on her birthday, because I just wanted her to disassociate negativity and sadness from her birthday, because every year she said she used to feel sad. On her birthday, we go to some restaurant, food was shit. Anyways, we go to this restaurant and we're eating and whatever, and she used to love taking pictures. That time I was not famous on Instagram, but I used to take her pictures, and while I started taking her pictures, she like skyrocketed and she got almost like 10k something, and I was so damn happy for her, because you know I was putting in hard work for that. So I was like, I felt like it was me getting that, you know. And she really liked taking pictures, and she bought this particular top for her birthday that she really wanted pictures in. So my mind was like, I'm gonna, and she was not like the kind of person who kahin pe bhi picture le leti hai. So I used to always motivate her to be like more confident and more like not give a fuck about, you know, people around you. So in that place, she thought her professor was sitting there, but like everybody saw, and it didn't seem like her professor. And she thought the top was a bit revealing, but it's fine only. We live in a foreign country. I'm like, you know what, let's take pictures. I'll take pictures of you. Come here, because the background was white and everything. It goes with your top, like, you know, it's really the perfect place. She's like, no, I don't. I'm so shy. I don't want. So I told her, no, just get up. Let's just take, like, I was like trying to like, you know, get her to be confident. Because in my head, I thought I was doing the good thing. And I told her, if you want, you can take mine first, so you feel like comfortable that everybody will be done staring if they have to stare on me. And then on your turn, like, it'll be normal that we're taking pictures. I started like telling her more and more, like, don't think so much, and like stuff like that. I don't know what happened. She suddenly got so agitated or something. She started thanking everyone for her birthday except me. So I obviously felt bad, and he picked all my stuff and she threw it, and she's like, get out, like, just leave, you know. And we're in a restaurant, and for me, self-respect comes number one. And I was really hurt, really so hurt. Like, I really don't know how to tell you, like, till today it sticks with me, like, how could she do that, you know? And she did that. I picked up all my stuff. So okay, I'm gonna leave, it's your birthday. But she kept on saying something, so I called her an ungrateful bitch, which later I said sorry for, because on someone's birthday, I just don't think I should have like called her a bitch or whatever. There were many other instances with this person that, you know, even in that moment, I'm just trying to understand, it's okay, you know, she's probably like, I'm trying to understand the other person's situation and all that. I still continued to be a part of her birthday, even after all this humiliation, because I was trying to understand her so hard. But not for 1 second this person tried to understand me. That's what I learned in my life, that only understand those people who are willing to understand you back to the same level. Not 10%, not 20%, not 50%. 100% as much effort as you putting, the other person should be putting it too. Otherwise, don't waste your energy, because you are only going to drain yourself. And this is not about being selfish. This is because if you want to be a better person who does good for others, your mental health has to be good. And if there are people like these who are ungrateful for your efforts and ungrateful of your compassion and make you feel bad for caring about them, you're never gonna be in a good mental space. 6. Music nowadays can have a really negative impact on a developing mind. Be mindful of the media you consume subconsciously. If you listen to songs nowadays, a lot of them are about, illusions, drugs, sex, or what? About like, you'll just hear words like pussy, dick in every song nowadays. Every song. And these songs, like that hookup song. I'm not saying hookups are bad or whatever, but I'm just saying like nowadays songs are inclining towards temporary things, like temporary relationships, temporary happiness given by drugs, temporary, like all these things. These songs can have a really bad subconscious impact. Much more into doing these things because the media is showing it to us as something ideal, as something that songs are written about, as something that's cool, that's like how life should be, like an ideal life. This can really subconsciously fuck up with your brain. We're on number 7. Sanity comes from learning from the real world first and then from social media. This I've learned over the years, that the only times I've been unclear about concepts or a bit like confused or a little bit unhappy, it is when I've learned something directly from social media and not tried to research. Sometimes on social media you see political issues or you see anything and you just believe it, and you're gonna be forwarding a wrong message. Learn from your own eyes, your own experiences. Don't watch movies all day and think that, oh, I'm going to learn everything from here. That's not going to teach you anything. Your experiences are unique to you. They are sent to you. They are created for you, by you, because that's what you're supposed to learn. So try to create more of those. That's what I think. And you're going to be super sane if you research and if you actually get information from real sources, and then you can look about it in social media and whatever, and you can have a realistic comparison. I'm talking about everything, whether it be beauty standards and all kinds of stuff. Number 8. Sense of good and bad can be both objective and subjective. I think this is, so far in our conversation, I have sort of like conveyed that. Truth is something that was true in past, true in present, and true in future. And we ourselves are not the truth, if you think like that. We are true in the past, we are true right now, but one day we're gonna die, we are gonna vanish. We are not true anymore. My truth is what I think is true, what I think is right based on my morals and my experiences. And what you think is right based on your morals and your experiences is your truth. The sense of good and bad. Like for me, eating meat is bad. But for a person who's born non-vegetarian, eating meat is survival. It's their life. So it's good for them, but it's bad for me. So good and bad can be both objective and subjective. That is why you have to always keep your mind open when you talk to someone, when you listen to someone's opinions. That's at first will sound offensive, but you think about it. This is their truth. You cannot tell them it's wrong because it's what is true for them, unless and until it's the truth. That's, super like that everybody knows is true, that for example hurting animals is bad. That's something everyone knows. That rape and murder is a crime. Everybody knows that. That's true, because that's going to be true forever. That's never going to be good. Every time you converse with someone, have an open mind, understand that their opinions are their truth. 9. Hating a person is more bad for your mental health than anything, and so is loving a person blindly who isn't worthy of your love. This is bad to me. I get a strong sense of hatred for this person. Okay, that, oh, I hate you, sweetie. But that hatred has never affected this person, because they probably don't even know that I hate them. I constantly kept on hating on this person. It was like uska naam leta tha na us insaan ka, I would go like, fuck, I'm gonna kill that person, you know, like that. And this did not affect that person, hating this person so passionately. This only affected me, my energy, my mental health, and my mood. And the person I was with, who would like accidentally take this person's name and fucking piss me off for no reason, it would affect our time. You understand? So hating a person blindly is the worst thing you can do to yourself. And loving a person blindly is also the worst thing you can do to yourself. When you love someone blindly and you keep seeing the good and you keep like neglecting the toxic bad things this person is doing to you, you are gonna create a hell of your life and you're gonna feel like you are stuck. So loving or hating blindly, passion is not a good word. In Gita there is a whole verse that talks about passion is not good. Passion can make you delusional. Be more rational and realistic than passionate. Number 10, the last one for this video, is love is freedom. Or read, I think, in the Mahabharata, ऐसी चीज़ जो आपको बंधन में ना बांधे और आपको इतना स्वतंत्र फील कराए, महसूस कराए कि आप कुछ भी कर सकते हो. मतलब आप, it's like a, to explain in like simple, like, you know, normal English, it's like love is not very complicated. Love is basically something that doesn't binds you in bondages and holds you back and stops you from achieving and stops you from becoming a better person, or stops you from going places in your life. Love is something sort of gives you these wings. Love, like your parents truly love you. Like my parents truly love me. They sent me in a abroad, like foreign country. While they could have very well kept me and let me go to college somewhere next to them, but they sent me here because they knew my growth lies here. Love is sacrificing your own, you know, selfish emotions and giving freedom to the other person. That was it for this video, and I hope that my experiences and my learnings from life taught you something and made you think about something that you want to improve or you want to do. And I had a lot of fun talking because, you know, these are things really important to me. So yeah, next video we're gonna cover more points. So I'm gonna make this a series because this is something I truly enjoyed. And thank you so much for listening. If you listened till here, like, oh my god, you actually were hooked. And don't forget to subscribe, because I really want this to be the platform where I can come and talk about so many things that I really want to talk about.